Woohoo! What's up, guys? This is Crisis 169K Mark. Thank you guys for watching my live stream about Battlefield 6. I had to cut it short because I couldn't see anything on the game on the screen. My screen is 34 by 40. It's a 1440p monitor, 160 hertz, and I got to figure out how to get a better screen on it, so I can see how to actually work it better. But I will figure it out eventually. I'll do more of the gaming eventually. But right now, I'm postpone on that for a while. I'll do it on the 15th, but I'm postponing it. And also, my hunt for the graphics card I'm looking for, I kind of narrowed down between the 5070 and 5070 non TI 12 gig and a 5060 16 gig. Um, been watching a lot of YouTube videos, Jay's Two Cents, Gamers Nexus, Iceberg Tech. That's why I have a lot of them on my thing here. Hardware Unboxing, Paul's Hardware, Iceberg Tech. I put them on there to give them shout outs. I got shout outs to these guys because they help me out a lot with the knowledge that they give me. I answer questions. In most cases, they do respond. Not always one time, like I said before, like yesterday's video, because they're very busy people. They don't have time to know if they respond to everybody who has questions. It'd be a gigantic, they'll be doing that all day long. So I get it why they can't do it all the time. But I do appreciate you guys, J2 Cents, Paul Hardware, Nexus Iceberg Tech for answering my questions. Um, the biggest thing today is we kind of talked about this. We all did, but mostly Jay's 2 cents and Nexus. I kind of chimed on a little bit with the power supply issue, and the RAM issue is just something we have to deal with. Will graphics cards be affected? How so? Will prices go up? Probably. How much? Don't know for sure. It's still uncertain because there's still graphics cards out there. I know JT10 talked about a video today or a couple of days ago about how he has Micro Center near him. He's a very lucky guy to have one near him, and he pretty much says that they have tons of, I guarantee you, in the warehouse, in the back warehouse of Micro Center, GPUs, graphics cards, not being sold. 50 series probably. Maybe some 40 series. Now, how true he's saying that? I don't think Jay's gonna sit there and lie about it. Something like this, something very important to us gamers who are very very into getting a new graphics card, myself included, upgrading from a 3070 to whatever I choose, whatever I can get my hands on, whatever affordable to me. Um, I know if I go to a 5060, it's a downgrade, but 5070 is an upgrade. But I need a card. If I can play on a potato, I'll play on a damn potato. But a potato ain't gonna play Battlefield 6. If it does, by all means, let me know because I'll go buy a potato, put it in my rig. And it's a joke. The joke that J2 said about when we had the COVID issue and people don't know use a potato to play games on it if they could. But anyway, though, it's a fun joke. I got them. I got the reference. If you did too, cool. If you didn't, whatever. But the point being is this: the graphics card issue is not an issue like the RAM stick issue. What Jay was talking about earlier today, and what I chimed on about the issues of PC gaming is that our market is very niche. Now, a lot more people now are getting into PC gaming, myself included, back in 2020, where I got converted from console peasant to PC master race. If you want to say that or not, that's your thing. Uh, that I was blessed with having a brother-in-law and sister that knew how to build PC gaming. I had an idea how to do it, but I wasn't really inclined to do so. They were, so I gave money and they gave me a good rig. I started out with 2060 with Fit 600X, then I got 3070 and a 5800X 3D. Then now currently have those two right now. I still have those two right now. So personally, PC gaming, is no longer the niche fat person sitting at home in his basement playing games. People from all walks of life are getting to PC gaming now. All walks of life. Drinking more water, by the way. Trying to do more water fasting and help clean out my kidneys, and it helps a lot though. I've lost about 8 pounds so far. But anyway, though, anyway, the issue I'm having with PC gaming, my problem is that it seems to be a club that's no longer exclusive anymore. PC gaming now is a club that anybody can join, really without any type of credentials or really any type of not loyalty, but have understanding of it. Game consoles are not PCs. Let's be clear with this, okay? And I know we're talking about about happening about the GPUs, but hear me out here. This is the foundation I'm coming with. The reason why we're in a situation right now is a lot of people are getting into PC gaming that normally would not have gone into PC gaming. We are in a situation now where PC gaming is becoming the the alternative music of the 90s, where the grunge movement came out, Nirvana, a Temple of Dog, Soundgarden, all these cool bands in the 90s were now getting pop, and now we're getting, cover exposure on magazines and became poppy, became cool, and it became overexposed, and the industry just used them, shoot them up, spit them out, and it became just another alternative rock. Where PC gaming right now is in a state of flux, where if it's not careful, it will follow the same suit as mobile gaming, where it's just a fad, a niche. People do it, and that's it. This is from me looking from a console to PC to console ratio, where people like me and my age are going to PCs because we want to have more individuality. PCs are a lot more easier than they once were. When my brother got into PC gaming, it was Apple II, Apple III. It was you had to learn some command codes to operate games. Now you click on thing called play. You're playing your latest games you bought on Steam or Xbox or Epic or whatever hell. Insert your launcher here. What you use. But nowadays, people buy $1,000 gaming rig to go play Fortnite or go play CS:GO. It used to be you bought $1,000 gaming rig to play latest titles, AAA games, and also you can play esports games too as well. Yeah, and, the Toasty Bros are another group of people though that me personally think uh, I think personally that should be you know recognized for their contributions to PC gaming in a way that they own a company, I think in Louisville or somewhere in Cincinnati, Ohio, where they contribute to they build games, they buy games, they buy PCs, and they make them for type of ready games, esports, where they do this because they can, but they also show you how easy it is to convert a desktop PC into a gaming rig, and that's pretty cool. But I think it's becoming now where everybody is taking that thing and running with it, and I'm afraid that we're going to oversaturate the gaming landscape. This is just like when the '90s grunge movement came up, it got oversaturated, overexposed, and became silly. It became silly because they overexposed it. They had these knockoff bands that no one knew. I'm not calling Toasty Road anybody else who does gaming building knockoff brands. No, you guys have more. Your fingernail clipping. You have a lot more knowledge PC gaming than your fingernail clipping than my entire body. All you guys have a lot more knowledge in this than I'll ever have in my life. But I'm seeing the trend going from where consoles now are becoming overpriced paperweights, pretty much, after 5 years, to PC gaming literally having to fight over RAM sticks because some AI interface, is taking over the world. See what I'm saying? We're allowing the outside world to come in. No, PC gaming used to be a closed knit society of people who are better or worse for maybe not the most intellectual people and maybe not the most good people to look at, but they understood PC talk. They understood how to, defrag a system and click a couple key mouses and boom, and to fix that issue. And a lot of them probably had jobs in the PC landscape. In the PC, information technology or something like that, IT work, or they built PCs, for a living outside their bedroom or garage, in their house, or small business they own, like Toasty Bros, for example. Um, these people, when maybe not socially awkward. Toasty Bros don't seem socially awkward, but a lot of people from that who back in the time, when in the 80s and 90s were. Nowadays, people who are PC guys now are cool hip people and have color hair and the beard. It's more of a you know fashion statement more than actually a lifestyle. PC gaming to me is different than what most are. And my little rant here is over with now. But I do believe that why we have these problems is just because of the mainstream got into PC gaming. It used to be sports people. Oh yeah, I play my Xbox a lot. I play my PlayStation 2 a lot. It's cool. Sports people playing it now. Oh yeah, now I'm playing my PC gaming. I'm rocking a 3090 or a 4080, a 4090 Ti, whatever. It's like wow, these people in the media are getting into this stuff. It's like man, we gotta be careful because just how wrestling got overexposed, music got overexposed. Now PC gaming is it knows are going to get overexposed. And we're seeing prices because of that. I'm not saying that Nvidia and AMD and Intel are not raising prices because of actual problems with RAM or whatever. I'm saying they're doing it because the outside world is now looking in. You have the government of different countries. You have a lot of movie and a lot of movie people, a lot of people who are using graphics cards for a lot of 3D rendering, who are in motion pictures, TV, whatever, so it's more eyes on me kind of thing. And I don't like that. I don't like that we have all these eyeballs, you know, on our genre of what we like to do, because to me, it seems more like we're just the guinea pigs, being led to slaughter, essentially, being led to slaughter, essentially. And that can be very bad for a lot of reasons. It's bad because the RAM issue and power supply problem we had in the past. A lot of mainstream people coming into our world and trying to understand our world. PC gaming, guys, is not something you can just learn in 2 minutes. It takes days, months, years to learn. It took me 5 years to learn a lot about PC gaming, the graphics cards, and how to buy my own, how to shop my own. What does a TI mean from a super? What does 50? What does a 50 mean from a 60? What does a 70 mean from an 80? What 90 mean from a 50? All the things you have to know in PC gaming. You can't just go, okay, well, I'll buy the PS5 because it says PS5 Pro. It means faster. Yeah, I'll buy this. I'll buy this 5090 Ti because it's faster. You got to look at the prices. You got to look at the performance. What you're getting for price performance. Your bang for your buck. And are you going to really use 32 gigabytes of VRAM on gaming? No. If you are, then what kind of effed up game are you playing that's really require you 32 gigabytes of VRAM? Sweet spot to be 12 to 16 gigabytes should be what you need for VRAM. 12 being minimum, 16 being somewhat maximum. You could probably go 24 with the a 3090 and 4090, you can probably go 24 and be pretty good. But if you want the bang to your buck, you have to understand what this TI means from supers. But a lot of people don't understand that who are coming in to our world. And prices are going up because people are buying graphics cards not knowing what they're really buying. Because all 50 series is great, 90 is great. Yes, you're spending $3,000 to $2,000 on a graphics card and have no idea how you're going to utilize 32 gigabytes of VRAM for a game because you're not going to, folks. What you need to start doing is it's understanding price to performance. Understanding, yeah, 32 is cool, 12 is great, is better, but 16 is great. Now, 5060, 5070 Ti, 16 gig variants, hey, great, whatever. No, you do what you gotta do, kind of thing, right? No, I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your money. I'm not gonna tell you that. So you want to buy 5090 and have 32 gigabytes of this VRAM sitting there and you're using maybe 24 of it, hey, go by all means, God bless you. And if you're going to use 18 gigabytes of VRAM to play Stalker 2, 24 gigabyte play Stalker 2 on 4K, 8K resolution, you know what? God bless you. Because you have a lot more money than I do to spend. I'll be happy with a 50, 60, 16 gigabyte variant, but I'm looking at, more price performance. How is this 5060 going to be good for me? Is it going to be a good downgrade or a good upgrade between the 3070? Or will 5070 Ti be better, 16 gigabyte? Well, will my power supply work with it? It said it would because I've been researching stuff. I have a Corsair CX750. It says it runs pretty well. Okay. But what do I need with that? See, there's things you got to know about PC gaming that a lot of us, myself included back in the day, did not know. Power supply cable may not work what you have. You might get new ones with the graphics card. The RAM stick issue. You buy a pack of RAM stick, you get one RAM stick. You can buy one RAM stick. Some gamers right now, I've been hearing reports on Reddit and some Facebook chats, Facebook places that people are buying one stick of RAM because it's all they can afford to get their DDR5 game, PC gaming up and running. I'm like, first off, you should go DDR4, by the way, right now. DDR4 is still going to be king for a while, guys. But it's still expensive, too, though. Yes. I've been hearing reports for people buying one stick of DDR5 RAM just to get their rig up and running so they can play games because DDR5 is so damn expensive right now. DDR4 is like my rig is DDR4, but it's no better on this side of the aisle here because we're laughing at you guys only because myself I waited and knew that the DDR5 stuff's going to be more expensive. Now I kind of knew RAM might take a hit with with the AI, but none of us from Jake's Two Cents, Gamers Nexus, Paul's Hardware, not one of us knew it would be this crazy. And if one of those guys say it was, A, they have a crystal ball, or B, they're lying through their ass. Because there's no way you can tell somebody, oh yeah, RAM sticks are going to be more expensive. We had an issue 5 years ago with graphics card issues. If you guys remember that little bundle, that little box of misery we had to go through from 2020 to halfway 2023. Now I got a 3070 in 2022. Granted, 8 gigabyte VRAM wasn't great, but I had 2066 gigs. So anything with two more gigs of VRAM to me was great because I play games at somewhat a better resolution. So me personally, I don't sit there and cry over spilled milk. But what I do cry over the fact is people out there spending $2,000, on graphics cards and getting bags of grass or rocks literally sent to them by these scalpers. I laughed, but I got pissed too because like many people are getting ripped off, spending Christmas money on trying to get a graphics card. Now they got nothing to show for it. Fast forward, now we have RAM sticks being sold on Facebook Marketplace. Some people are talking about how they order RAM sticks, they don't get the RAM sticks. or they get a picture of RAM sticks. You gotta be careful where you buy stuff, guys. I mean, this is the same thing as as a GPU. Even the power supply issues that a gamer's Nexus has gone over. Um, and how it'll start popping and cracking and sparking. Your power supply sparking, guys, is not doesn't mean it's going to give more power. It means something wrong in the system is going to blow up and burn up soon. So be understanding there with that. Try to understand that if you can, because right now we're looking at a world right now where it's becoming more and more hectic than it should be. Okay, we should not be having a discussion about graphics cards right now, but we are. We are because no one knows what this RAM issue is going to spill into next. Will cases be affected? How about motherboards? Motherboards require RAM. Like I said yesterday, GPUs require RAM. How about power supplies? Will that be given off? Will that be given off? The okay, you can go on past kind of thing. Because right now, guys, a lot of people are wondering. Myself included. I know JT and Retro were wondering too. Okay, so what else is going to be going up now? So if we know RAM's going to go up, it's already gone up anyway. GPU is going to go up eventually. Will motherboards go up too? I'm going to call it, guys. Motherboards are going to go up in price if they haven't gone already. I would think probably $50 to $100 more for motherboards, DDR4 or 5. I'm calling it right now. I'm Babe Ruth. I'm calling my shot. Yeah, very true there, King. But I don't think that it's gonna matter much right now. I think the like I called my shot with the motherboards. I think they're gonna go up eventually too, because motherboards are no motherboards are gonna cause they need RAM to run to operate. And I know places like Micro Center has deals on RAM where you can buy RAM and motherboards. They may end because of this. Or you get cheaper RAM that is not as powerful or as fast as you or I might want. But is that or nothing? And I made the comment how on Facebook on some Facebook Marketplace on some Facebook chats with PC gaming, some people are just buying one RAM stick of DDR5 for 100, $200, $300 and putting in their rigs just to get their rig up and running. This is how insane it is. If you go back 5 years to the graphics card issue, people are buying, you know, you know, 30, 30, 50, 3070s for $900 just to plug in their game rig to have something to play. People bought 2060 Supers, 2060s, just to have something to play so they can play on 1660s Supers and TIs. People were buying anything that they can grab. And JT, and J2 Cents made the joke about using a potato, it would work to run the rig because people buy anything they can to run their rig. So I think, guys, in closing here, because I'm going to bet here in a little bit. In closing, we need to keep an eye on the PC market. There's a lot of people out there getting the PC market right now that may not know what they're getting into. And we don't want to scare anybody away because PC market is kind of finicky right now. We have more graphics cards than we know what to do with. And you talk Jay's 2 cents, people like that who go to micro centers, they have more to do with. But all you need to do have a little scare, a little boo, and they go buy a bunch of them. And before you know it, they're closing down a production. Like is Nvidia thinking about stopping production of 5060 Ti's because they're trying to save the VRAM for the other cards, but also for the AI stuff they're selling to these companies too. So we really need to start looking into this and really start paying attention to what we're doing. Thank you, King, for joining my live stream here. But I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. God bless. Once again, if you're not new to the channel, if you're new to the channel, if you're not new to the channel, haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. If you're new to the channel, go down there and subscribe. Thumb up. Hit the bell. See you guys later. Peace out.